Hey, what's up, Skyball? I'm here with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is November the 12th, 2021. Wow, feels like only yesterday. And welcome to the live stream. Today's live stream promises to be exciting, tiresome, annoying, because my internet is being tiresome, annoying. It could be a fun ride today, folks. The internet, I mean, it's dropped its connection like 7 times during the interim live stream. So basically I warm it up and kind of keep it streaming to the YouTubes before I start. And it was not being cooperative. So we'll see how it goes. I'm happy to live stream as long as I possibly can. It is interesting though, because I'm gonna knock on wood here just for a moment. You can hear that knocking. That's right. It's good old wood knocking. It's like the radio rebooted like 5 or 6 times before the live stream, and right now it seems solid, but I'm also at a very low bit rate, and I'm just going to keep it kind of right here for now because I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with the 08 visual design. Hello, how are you? We've got, Andrew. Hello, how are you? Mr. Red in the house. Eric Kessler. Hello, howdy, how are you? Director E. Rose, salutations, greetings, and welcome upon the live stream that is still not dropping frames. I'm definitely happy with that. Jeremy says, hello all. I'm actually here for the live stream and not just watching the replay file. Awesome. Glad to have you here. And Andrew, brother, hello, how are you, buddy? So, where was I going with that? I was going somewhere with it. I'm sure it was going to be entertaining. Frosty just saying hello, Frosty. Phil, cooking lunch and have you on, but thank you, Phil. What are we having for lunch? I'm actually a little interested. What does Mr. Holland like to cook up in his house? Tariq, hello from Turkey. Hello from Texas. It's going to be a good live stream. I think it's gearing up that way. Man, everybody's here today. Hello there, Julio. Yeah, okay. Let's see what all. I just totally blanked at everything that I was going to talk about already. Steak wrap. Well, you had me at steak. I mean, got it. Can't go wrong with that. I have been enjoying smoking meat in my new pellet smoker. Raw cuts. When we fire that one back up here shortly, we'll be doing some pellet smoking on there. Director E. Rose, you're in Texas? I am just east of Austin, Texas. I'm really close to Austin. I mean, Austin is just like literally right there, but I live just outside, just in the comfort of the woods out in the middle of nowhere, which is why my internet stinks. So we have a wonderful show today, great drive time show. That's right, it's your drive times enjoyment with Scotty B in the house. King, hello. Who here is camping outside Best Buy to purchase the new Sony Cine Alta camera? Ooh, look at that. I'm from far Texas. Interesting. Texas is a huge place. There's a lot going on. We got a lot of people, and people are moving here like crazy right now. Everybody's like, you know what? I'm totally happy to move to Texas because Texas feels like they kind of got it. We got a lot of land and we got a lot of room, and it's all good. It's all good. I'm fine with it. Let's see. This week has been an interesting week. Yesterday I was going to be shooting something. Hello, Ollie. Welcome, our official timekeeper. and our wonderful moderator in the chat, keeping everything clean and on schedule, if not causing hilarity and an occasional conversation. It's one of those things. Is it already it disconnected and reconnected? Boy, that's gotta love that. Woo! Let's see what we got here. Let's shall we bring back the we can bring back the mini Phil Holland cam here, where I attempt to emulate Phil Holland. We'll just have that in the background. That seemed to do really nicely last time, and people enjoyed that. Tariq says, wait a sec, I thought you were broadcasting from somewhere in Alaska. No, that's my friend that lives up there in Alaska. And we're going to have him on the show at some point. Andrew Red, yep, right on cue. Exactly, yep, the internet goes... It's weird, though, because it dropped completely, yet I didn't drop any frames. It just completely disconnected. So, yay. So, yesterday, I was going to be shooting some stuff. I've got some videos coming out. There'll be one next week, releasing a product that is NDA'd. Was going to shoot some of that yesterday, and we had what's the word? Let's like hashtag, exclamation point, pound sign, all that good stuff. Bad day here in the studio. I was in there editing, and I came back in here to grab a tasty beverage, and I was like, "What's that sound? That sounds like running water. That's not good." And the toilet was overflowing, and it wasn't a clogged toilet. It was far worse. See, my house is this way, and my studio is a separate building down this way, and I live kind of on a little hill. I guess you could go this way. So the house that's up there, it's all tied in to the studio, and then it's tied into my septic system that is down. And something happened, and that backed up. And it backed up to the lowest possible point in the entire system, and that was the toilet, which means that everything in there came out there. It was yes, Ollie, it was a day. It was a real blank show. It was a crapshoot. We'll call it that. So that was my enjoyment for all day yesterday. I had to get the tractor out. I had to backhoe out where my septic was, figure out where the problem was, because it could be anything along the way. I have basically figured out where the problem is, and so I'm busy repairing it. But that's what the delays were. There it goes. That's what my delays in filming yesterday were. So I was in a pooey mood. I was in Poosville. It was a real poo show. You can insert pun here. All that being said, I have a lot of cool videos coming out. A lot of these videos I will get to release ahead of time to my members, my channel members. They get exclusive 24-hour advanced videos, which is kind of unfair because so many videos I've done lately, I couldn't release them, or in the case of the don't subscribe to products, I totally forgot. I'm so bad. But it's a lot of videos coming out, some NDA stuff, and then some not NDA stuff. Like, for instance, right now in the back, right here, you can kind of see we have mini blind here. This has always been the Aperture 300X, but today it's something just a little different. I'm not saying I'm replacing that. I'm just saying it's back here and it's doing its thing. And it is a full RGB plus 3 other LED light. It is an interesting light. It's very cool. It's a pro light. I'm not under NDA on that, so I'm more than happy to talk about it a little bit. But I've got a review coming on that soon. It's an interesting light. It is similar in design to like an Aperture 300D Mark II, but it's different, completely different. It's wild, but it's a cool light. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and like right now, it's back here doing a feature that I find really cool. It's projecting. It's projecting mini blinds like we've had with the Aperture, but it's doing an animation of a cloudy day. And it's a cool, let's just turn that off. It's a cool animation. It's probably going to be really hard to see, mostly because, well, my live stream probably just doesn't do it, but it's animating like clouds passing over. So it gives a little extra life to my window scene, which I kind of dig. And there's a whole lot of other features it'll do, and we'll talk about that in a future video. Also doing the City Photo lights. Be doing that review here really shortly. That is not NDA'd. We have the Revar Cine. That one is coming out very soon. That is not NDA'd. Again, if you're looking for a fun and, well, I mean, this is it, the Revar Cine. This is the Scarf Dust. If you are looking for a good filter for the front of your camera that does nice with the highlights up here, it kind of blooms out a little bit. Also look at the Christmas tree, which by the way, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yes. But look how the effect of the Scarf Dust on that, as well as the beautiness of my face. Notice how rugged and masculine I look, but also how soft and appealing I look because of the Revar Cine Scarf Dust, which is on there. You can go to revarcine.com, use coupon code Scott Balcom, all one word, and you get 20% off. So, I mean, that's a great way to get a Scarf Dust. Several of you have already ordered, I've heard, and cool. I would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. Got a couple other filters coming to test as well. Also, and this is not, man, I just feel like this is an advertising day, and it's not. That's not what I'm intending. I'm just letting the questions kind of build up here. I'm also finally an affiliate with B&H. So if anybody is looking for anything that is filmmaking for B&H, I could get you a link for that. I'm going to start putting some links down below for stuff. And, doing any of that really helps the channel, and I appreciate that. So, yay. Okay. Is that everything? Okay, let's see. And, we dropped 50 frames. Whoa. All right, let's go to the chat here. And if you have any questions along with this is an interactive live stream. It's a live stream, not where I just sit there and jabberjaw away, which I will do. Don't tempt me. But it's more of an interactive. It's like the community that we've built here together. You and I, and well, you and you and you back there. Yeah. This is a great community, and so feel free to ask questions, answer questions. This is not about Scott show. I guess technically it is, but it's a community show, so feel free to ask questions away. And let me start with asking a question. What is everybody up to? What is everybody working on? Red, what are you working on? Holland, what are you working on? I'm going to cough. And let me just start hitting in here. Santa came early this year. Yeah, no kidding. Santa dropped off. I guess I was the number 2 drop off for Santa. Also, look for Santa Claus to appear in several videos coming up. Also, Cowboy Scott. Cowboy Scott's coming back. And also Proper Scott. If you haven't figured out these names of these, if you go way back, like 2018, I did a cloning people should be banned or something video. All of my Scott characters are in there. We have Cowboy Scott, which we've seen a lot, but there's Proper Scott. Proper Scott is very proper. And we kind of have Crazy Scott. You didn't see him. He was in the window behind me. I was oddly blocking him, but he was actually there. I did a lot to shoot him, only to find out that I was literally in front of him the whole time. But, those are the characters. So follow along with Proper, Crazy, Cowboy, and then just blame me. Just blame me. Director says, any videos about the Blackmagic design Ursa VV with medium format God sensor with adaptive DR and ISO? Wishful thinking. Yeah, we'll wait for them to come out with that. Gonna have to, we're gonna have to wait a little bit on that one. 08 asks, is it one of those ProLight Orion lights? It is one of the ProLight Orion lights. What are they called? I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it's the Orion 300 FS or something like that. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's different. So it's not like it's an aperture light. It is a hard 6-color LED light. So it has the red, green, and blue, lime. I'm going to blow it. That's why we have videos that I review this stuff, so I can accurately speak about them. But it has great ways of producing color and white. It's neat. Jeremy says, I actually ordered a pair of the Scarf Dust filters using your discount. Much appreciated. Well, thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. It is, what do you think of them? I'm interested. A pair of them. Wow, that is cool. I'm sure Revar really enjoyed that. There's been a lot of purchases, and great. Thank you for all helping the channel. 08 Visual Design ads for all kinds of companies, from car companies to skateboarding companies, having a lot of fun lately. Nice. I would like to see some of those. You should share. You should share some. Let's see here. Already with the nose itching. What else was going on? I'm going to have a lot of fun with next week's video. And we are going to get back on that regular schedule. I know I keep teasing it. I'm trying to at least do the live streams on a regular basis so that everyone can, well, just get their community feel. Also, another thing I was going to mention, man, I just need to have like an opening script. Discord server. We do have a Discord server now. I fixed the link. The link is somewhere. I guess I'll put the link in the video description. Yeah, I don't know why I don't. Well, let me see if I can put it in the chat. I'm really bad at Discord, so yeah. Don't hate me. Let's see. Save. Copy. Okay. So please, it's a great way for people to stay connected. I'm going to add that. Okay, that should work. It's a great way to connect up and chat when videos aren't coming out, because I am not on Facebook anymore. I will be kind of off and on periodically, but I won't be making my big presence. Not on Twitter. I haven't even seen Twitter in a long time. And I'm also not doing Instagram. I think they've run their course. I do occasionally get on the Instagram Messenger, only because a lot of people contact me that way, and the same thing with Facebook Messenger, but I am moving away from that as much as I can. So I hope you understand, but I mean, there will be some business, more channel-related stuff being posted to Facebooks and such, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on there. It's just made my life so much better. It's been over 2 weeks now since I dumped Facebook and social media. I don't miss it. I honestly don't miss it. It's great. I have all of you these are the people that I want to talk with. Well, I mean, I want to talk with a lot of people on Facebook too, but until they come over here and subscribe, I guess I'm just not going to talk to them. Matt Weeks, yo! Hello, Matt Weeks. And again, thank you, Matt, for being a channel supporter. If you missed the beginning there, Matt, you would understand why things did not go well yesterday. Matt was going to try and get some lunch with me, which was much appreciated, but things took a turn badly here. So, yeah, that would not have been a great move for me to do. It was a premonition there, Matt. It didn't happen until after we were going to, and that's when I was like, no, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. I was in a place yesterday for sure. Matt's like, oh, you missed a free lunch. Well, I know, but I had poo water all over my studio, so you might have missed that intro. Let's see here. What is everybody else working on? Ollie, what are you up to, buddy? What you doing there? Director E. Rose is working on a documentary. Nice. Red, you never said what you were up to. Why not, Red? Come on, Red. You gotta talk about it. Andrew, I'd love to dump Facebook. I get tons of referrals. I mean, you're not wrong, Red. And it's been a challenge because my number of referrals have gone down. I do like the community aspect of Facebook, like a lot of the like the groups, but I can't. It's I don't know. It's almost like it's an addiction kind of thing. If you do one, you do them all, and I don't like that. I don't like how much time I spent on there. It wasn't conducive to good Balkan behavior. So that's why I did it. I mean, if anybody could come up with a way for me to do it but not do it, man, I'm all ears. Because what is going on? Oh, it linked. Okay. Secrets. Andrew says secrets. Mm-hmm. 08 Visual. Sometimes Facebook can be very toxic. You are absolutely correct. And, it doesn't take long. And, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracies out there, but I don't think they're actually conspiracies. I think they're rather true that if you are not engaging on Facebook, it will change your feed to get you to. And I know there was that Netflix doc about it, and I don't think that's far off from the truth. They want to rope you in and pull you in, and that's like drug dealer methodology there. And I didn't care for that, and it was a hard pull. It was really hard for me to do that. But I honestly didn't think I could go a week. I didn't think that was going to be the case. But it's been 2 weeks. It's been a lot. And I don't miss that. And I feel so much better as a human. I still have all my friends on Facebook Messenger that I've got several like group chats on there that I love going out there and cutting up and having a good time. But, those are my friends. Facebook has friends, which close friends. You have, so let's see, you would group Facebook friendship as there are people that you've known for a long time and they're your friends on Facebook. Those to me are good friends, just friends you know. There are friends on Facebook that you've had for a long time and your intentions are to meet that person. And those are pretty reasonable people. And then you have friends of friends, and then you just have followers. And all of those, the latter two, those are the toxicities. And, one of the things that I had decided a while back was that I wanted to post public. I didn't care what I had to say, because what I have to say, I'll say it. I don't have a problem with that. But when you post public, you invite the bottom two categories, which are not all bad. Not all those people are bad. Some of them just literally are following you to follow you. But that's the source, the primary source of toxicity. And then you just have people who don't even know who you are. And then they go out there and create toxicity. And I just, don't need it. Don't want it. Don't like it. Don't have it. Got rid of it. Let's see. Ollie says he's preparing for a dog shoot next week. Picked up a second Epic Dragon. So cheap now, it's crazy. Wow. You got a DSMC 1 or DSMC 2? I know, Red, you were selling yours. Did you end up selling it? Would you let me know? Julio, I finished my last short film and sent it off to film festival. Very cool. That's cool. Ollie says the Netflix docs is called The Social Dilemma, and it is scary. It is. If you have not seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix, it ran its course like a year ago. It is quite scary. It was all things that I knew, but I just didn't think about all about them at the same time. And then when I watched the movie or the doc, I was like, I'm thinking about it all at the same time. And then it kind of built up to 2 weeks ago. Vasily says, hey, Scott, I am writing a feature, but finding it frustrating. Maybe I'll just end up as a short. So there's a lot of discussion about that. I know a lot of people, writers, have coached me on this very thing, that if you have an idea and it gets frustrating or it's difficult to write, turn it into a short. And either shoot a couple of scenes out of it, shoot a segment from it, make it into a short. Get it so that you can write something that you can write, shoot it, do it, edit it, put it out there, get feedback, all that good stuff. That will help guide your entire feature. So I completely feel you on that. I've got quite a few out there that is, what just happened? What just happened? Is it, what? Oh, that was weird. It, I got the live chat on the right side of the screen, and all icons disappeared from it. And I had no idea what that was. I completely empathize with you on that. And can sympathize with you on it because I've done it myself. So, yeah, cut it up into a short. Find a section that you can do really well and write it, shoot it, put it out there, get your idea out there. So that way, people steal stuff all the time. But if you have it out there, it's going to be harder. But it at least gives you a foundation. So, yeah, I would totally do that. Ali says, DSMC 1, baby, old trusted. I liked my DSMC 1. I do love my DSMC 2 more. I do. And it's getting close, folks that want to pick up a Dragon X. It's going to be listed soon. And that I will most certainly get on Facebook to sell. I know people are going to be like, oh, I thought you weren't going to be on Facebook. I'm selling a camera. Getting closer. Also, did y'all see that V-Raptor got time-lapse? V-Raptor got time-lapse yesterday or day before. I hear Komodo is soon, but not quite yet. Let's see here. 08 says, yeah, prices on Scarlet W's are crazy. Starting from $3,000. Oh, man. I have not seen that. I guess I haven't been on Facebook. $3,000? That seems like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Andrew says, not yet. Waiting on my Raptor and accessories. Gotcha. Kandana, is that right? We don't talk about audio very much. What's your go-to gear? I have a lot of go-to gear. Some of it is loved, some of it is hated. My wireless packs that I use are literally this right here. These are the Sennheiser. These are the G3s, but these are the EW 100s. Wrong one. There we go. Yep, that guy. That's what I use a lot when I'm using wireless lav. For booms or anything like that, I have a Rode NTG2, and then I have this is the I always forget the name of it until I actually see it. The Octava. The Octava little cardioid microphone. Talk to a lot of audio guys. They absolutely hate this microphone. I mean, with a passion. But I like it. I think it sounds really good. And it is interesting to me the number of people that compliment and are some of them, quite frankly, blown away at the audio quality on my videos. I don't think it's that great, honestly. I think I have a lot of noise in here, but they all want to know what boom mic I'm using, and I'm just using this lapel mic right here. And then it's a process of post-production of audio in the, I used to use Resolve. I did a video on it in Premiere years ago. A lot of people were like, oh, you got to export out and go into here and do this. No, you don't. All of those features are built into the editors. You can do so much with that. It's a lot of it also getting a good set of speakers so that you can monitor what the audio sounds like. But going back to Kundana, I hope I'm saying that right. Question, go-to gear. So I rocked the Zoom F8 for a while. I ended up selling it. It was great. I didn't have any complaints with it. It was just more than I ever used. So I usually am using the H6 recorder if I'm using external audio. A lot of times, like in this case and all of my videos, the wireless is going straight into camera. The key there is boost the audio output from your wireless pack or your recorder, and don't boost it in your camera. Reds, I love Reds, but their audio interfaces are a bit noisy when you crank them up, so don't crank them up. Use them at all the way down and boost your output from your pack. You'll get a much cleaner signal. So that is typically how I'm doing audio. If I'm doing something where I need really good quality audio, it's not just me, I'm shooting somebody else, I will usually run with an overhead boom and a lav. Sometimes the boom is down below. And then I will go into the H6, come out of the H6 and into the red. That way, number one, I have duplicates. So I literally typically use the audio straight out of the camera that was fed from the H6 because it's good. But I have a backup on the H6, and then also on the H6 I have the redundant channels, so it's recording a secondary channel as a backup. So I have two backups to my sorry, just saw something there. Ian, he's like, too many lights on. Hey man, I like my lights. What can I say? You got the Christmas lights. I don't see any professional Christmas lights out there in the high CRI Christmas. Oh, that would be such a good thing. High CRI Christmas lights. How do you know if you're a film snob? Well, my Christmas lights have a 95 TLCI and a CRI of 97. Let's see here. Vasily says, excellent advice. Thank you. Needed that. Yep. 08 says, for brain only, of course. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it could get, that makes it a little more sense because you're probably still buying everything for 7 or 8K. I think, and we've reconnected. Wow. Man, internet. To answer everyone's question that had asked 2 weeks ago, I think it was, about what happened to Ted at Aperture. Well, now it can be, well, I think he came out and said it, but he is attending Harvard. He's advancing himself. He wants to be better at everything, just like all of us, and he has a focus on how to improve processes and everything, and he wants the educational foundation for it. So he's at Harvard. Go figure. Yeah, so he's doing well, and he's doing that, and you know Ted, he'll probably be done in like 2 years. I think he said he was going to MIT afterwards. I think I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened to Ted Sim. He's still around. He's still the same lovable Ted, still same everything. It's just he's at Harvard now. 08 says, if prices stay down like that, I might consider picking one up. But in LA next year, in Europe, 67K for the brain. In the US, those W's are too cheap. I mean, they're a great camera. I personally hope that the Dragon X doesn't drop in price because I want to sell mine. But I mean, I think the added lower compression of the Dragon X, as well as a couple other features of the full DSMC2, I think really make it shine. But I mean, if I was doing, 3K for a DSMC2 Scarlett W as a time-lapse camera, oh man, would that thing kill. That would be insane. Elysium says, dying to see footage from the Cinema DFM. They are shipping slowly. When will you be posting a review? So the Cinema DFM, I will be posting a review on the filters very soon. The mount is different because I am EF. Everybody else is PL. So I'm delayed a little bit on the physical mount. But soon on that. Soon. Octava is a Shep's copy. Yep. I blew over that one, didn't I, Ollie? Yeah, it is a copy, but the audio guys will tell you that it's not close. I think it sounds pretty good. I use it in here probably 10% of the time. Typically, Cowboy Scott will have an Octava on him. 08 says, I might be the only guy to have mediocre sound equipment, Rode NTG4 and Sennheiser AVX Lav, but usually work with the sound guy anyway who owns most stuff. I mean, if you're not a sound person, I'll give you an example of why I stopped using is it the F8? I think it's the F8, the Zoom, the 8-channel, which is a fantastic recorder. It's too much for one person to do. It got to the point where I want that quality audio. And years ago, I was looking to expand my kit out. I was going to buy Zaxcom. And it became a real problem to spin. I can't do everything. I am going to do a video on that whole jack of all trades thing because it is misunderstood, but there's truth to it. But basically, if you try to be a jack of all trades, you won't be excellent at everything. However, you'll still be good. You'll be gooder on everything than you would by not having it at all. it just became so frustrating to me with Z8, F8, whatever one it is, that it was slowing me down where I wasn't being as quick on set as I needed to be. Especially, I mean, I'm usually small crew, so being the sound guy, I needed to stop having distractions from the visuals. And having to run complicated audio and monitor complicated audio or trust complicated audio, it was a distraction from my visuals, and I make mistakes, and I didn't like that. So I simplified it quite a bit. I mean, the NTG4 is okay. You can make it sound okay. The AVX, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I mean, I get it. I mean, I have a set, and I haven't even done a review on them. I've used numerous times the Rode Video Micro, the Rode Wireless Goes. That's what they are. The little bitty mic. Those things work really nice. It's quite nice. So yeah, I mean, I don't poo on people for that. I don't poo on people at all, but yeah. Ollie says, when Ted said he wanted Aperture to become big, I laughed and got scared at the same time. I mean, Ted puts his money where his mouth is, or he puts his education where his brain, he puts his forward thoughts, he backs it up with, he's going to Harvard. Andrew Red says, I think he said he's going to MIT after Harvard to study product design or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. He's going all in. He wants to fulfill his he wants to fill in all the gaps in his knowledge, and that's awesome. Kandana says Zoom F6 comes with 32-bit flow. You're right, and I would love to have a 32-bit easy device like a smaller version of that, like the H6, not quite as big as that weird F6, which is a weird design. Or no, wait, no, that was the cube square. I don't remember. I have to look that up. Also, the F8. I might consider getting another F8 if it had 32-bit. 32-bit is kind of nice. 08 says, got the AVX? AVX. I can't even say AVX. I have to say AVX because when they announced that thing, I was at NAB, and they had that Zoltar machine. And he would always say something like, AVX, or AVX. They were trying to make it sound like he was saying something else, but he kept saying AVX. So I keep saying it. Zero Way says, I got it just for convenience. Simplicity was my main concern. I mean, I don't fault you. Simplicity is the reason that I got rid of the Z8, F8, whatever it is. Elysium says, I purchased the MKH416 and F6 for my sound guy. I had an NTG4 before World of... Yeah. No, the MKH416 is one really nice shotgun, for sure. It is an industry standard. The Sheps is... Well, the Sheps not usually a shotgun, but the Sheps is more of an industry standard, but the 416 is very, very capable. And it's $1,000. I had the what was it? The CSR2. Totally blanked on the name. Senken CSR2, which was really, really fantastic. What I didn't like about it was instead of the CS2, this was a CSR2, which had a lot more rear rejection, something about processing, and it did some funny things in echoey rooms, which, I mean, you don't really want to run a shotgun in an echoey room, but it was weird, and I ended up selling it because of the effects that it did. Yeah, if you're in an echoey room, don't run a shotgun. That's bad. Get you a supercardioid. Joel says my AVIX drops signal too often, but it seems this is not so common. The G3 is way more reliable. I love my G3. I honestly could tell you I see no reason to change. I see no reason to upgrade or buy something else. I mean, Electrosonics are fantastic, but I see no reason to upgrade. The reason I got the Rode Wireless Go was not for this. It was for more of the run and gun vlog kind of thing, for some of the other channels that y'all maybe subscribe to, maybe Raw Cuts, Tech Cuts, the Finer Cuts, Music Cuts, all the cuts. Yeah. It is not sponsored by Coca-Cola. It is kind of a slight, though, because this is a Diet Cola that I made here. I use a syrup. This is a cheap syrup. I don't particularly care for it. It tastes like a flat RC Cola. But I have the Soda Stream now, and I'm just kind of making my own diet soda drinks. And so it is kind of a boot in the face to Coca-Cola. And it really, I don't know the flavor. It's like if you've ever had Diet Coke and then you have Coca-Cola, there's a difference there. If you have a Coca-Cola versus a Pepsi, there's a difference there, and you can kind of draw out this difference. RC Cola is like over here, and RC Cola is like this plus this, and then added over here. It's a weird. I guess they just don't know how to make Coca-Cola flavor, and I'm fine with that. I don't crave it anymore. I just do diet. I do cheap knockoff. H-E-B is the Texas grocery store, and I do diet H-E-B Cola. I'm okay with it. Works for me. 08 says, hell yeah, it is. Ollie says, today, yeah, Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Elysium says 08 visual design, smiley face. The most amazing cola is Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. I have no idea what that is, Ollie. Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. Comes in a bottle. It's very expensive. What would you... traditional colas of yesteryear. Finest herbal ingredients. That's interesting. I have never heard of that. That is wild. Jeremy says, I have been running the same Electro systems for about 12 years, and that's a reason people buy Electros. They're still going strong. Of course, now that I said that, it'll start. You won't have issues because they're electrosonic. I mean, that is why sound people buy Electrosonics. It's why sound people buy sound devices. Everything that they buy in their kit is something that they will never have to replace, hardly ever, unless they just flat out break it. And they spend a lot of money. They spend as much as us DPs. I definitely had a laugh and an eye-opening experience. I was talking to, what was the shoot Red and I were on. I was just talking with a sound guy about the cost of their rig. And they have $60,000+ in their rig for a sound guy. It's totally uncool to offer a sound person $500 when you're going to offer a DP, $1,200 or something like that. They have just as much importance. In fact, sound is more important than visuals sometimes, most of the time. Yes. Elysium says, if you could get one tech gift for Christmas, What would it be? Oh, Elysium, that's not fair. That's not fair. Price range. You got to throw that. If you're not going to throw a price range, I've already got the answer. It's cut and dry. No price range. I want a red V-Raptor. That's what I want for Christmas. But if there's a price range, I got some different ideas. Jeremy's like, well, now I'm curious about the cola. Yeah. Today's live stream is actually sponsored by Curiosity Cola, as we all figure out what it is. 08 says, yeah, Fentiman's is nice, but for me personally, it has a candy cola taste to it. Interesting. Vasily says, I was going to get the AVX with MKE2 lavs simply because of the factor and more expensive than MKE. It's nice. You're trying to get 2 on-camera mics for 2 actors out of the box, C200. Why not just get a pair of G3s? I mean, I know they're bigger, but they work. And it doesn't the AVX, don't you have, isn't it rechargeable? You have to recharge it? I don't recall. I thought it was a rechargeable only, and if that's the case, that's bad juju in my personal world. I'm like those little Rode things. Yeah, they last 8 hours. What about that 9th hour? You're not going to be charging it as you go, which is why I don't use them as my main. I use them as supplementary uses. Let's see here. Ollie says, yeah, that's exactly what I love about the candy. Interesting. Sub 10,000? Oh, Elysium. Man, now you've blown away my Raptor. Let me think on that for a moment. Jeremy says, people actually forgive bad video before they give audio. You're right. And I've done videos on that. And audio makes the video clearly. Then comes lighting, then comes, well, lighting and acting, then comes camera. Tommy Chase, hello, sir. Afternoon, and thank you for being a channel member, and thank you so much for the super chat. That really helps. It is really nice. Just want to point out, Ollie, before you do, we only have 7 likes out there. And only 1 super chat. Oh, no. 08 says, saw a sound guy clamping his boom pole to some kind of Kessler motion head. Yeah, sound is expensive too. Really? I would like some more context on that, Zero, because I don't know why you would ever do that. I did see a guy using Kessler motion control with a carbon fiber boom pole, and he put a 360 camera on the end so that he could swoop it around the I think Ajax, I think it was that guy out of Florida. He swoop it around the scene and make some really interesting, cool videos. So that's what I've seen, but I don't know why. Oh, really? YouTube's already put the dislikes on there. Let's talk about that here in a minute. The removal of dislikes on YouTube. Ollie says, I swear Blackmagic Design re-released a camera today from 2 years ago. Where's the new stuff? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Let's see here. Blackmagic Design. The world's most flexible broadcast camera with 6K, dual gain ISO, H.265. That's the Broadcast G2. Broadcast G2. Every time I get into Resolve, there's an update. I always find that hilarious. It's like, you need to update. I'm like, I just did. Let's see here. Elysium says, like. Oh, look at all those likes come in. Wow. That was pretty quick. Jeremy's like, Ollie, ha ha ha. Andrew Red, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That'll go towards a nice cigar, too. Well, towards it, yeah. But thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you you putting me out there with the super chat and supporting the channel. See, now I'm purposely making sure that Coca-Cola doesn't get there. You know, it is funny you said that, Ollie, because like literally before the live stream, I was like, that whole thing about it not being actual Diet Coke in there, I had that conversation in my head when I had the logo pointing outward. It was, you just think I think of this stuff right off the top of my head, but I actually had preconceived that whole conversation. I don't know why. My brain. Let's see here. So the likes versus dislikes. If y'all didn't hear, YouTube is now removing the quantity on the dislikes on YouTube videos. And I was going to do a video on this. I mean, literally when the news came out, I was like, come on. And then MKBHD did one, and I may still do one, but he almost verbatim said it exactly the way I would have said it. It is exactly the way that I use the dislike function. So go watch MKBHD's video on it because he's exactly right. But when I see likes versus dislikes, I can tell when there's a dislike campaign out there. I'm not dumb. So I don't want to get political here, but from what I understand, the main gripe right now was actually from the White House, in that there were targeted dislike campaigns towards anything to do with the president. And it even got to the point where they were able to scrub dislikes from their videos. So they could watch the dislikes go up, and then they would scrub them back down. And I guess people were catching on to this. It doesn't matter if you like or dislike. That's not the point. The point is, I am a normal human. I can tell when things are skewed. I can tell when there's a dislike campaign going on, and I can tell when things are scrubbed. So to do it on YouTube for that purpose, it just seems wrong, because the way I use dislikes, I reject those with a dislike campaign because I can tell. I don't need someone to set a clear and obvious example of something that I may or may not like. It's irrelevant because it's not accurate. Where accuracy comes in is just like MKBHD said. If I'm going to do a review on the Octava and I put it out there and I get it completely wrong, or I'm just full of BS, or it's a sponsored video and I didn't say it was, or something like that, and you guys call me on it, well, you're likely to go ahead and click that dislike button, which means that when someone else comes along to watch that video, they're going to look at it and go, wait, he's got just as many dislikes as likes. Let's look at the comments. And when you look at the comments will always justify the likes versus the dislikes. If you have a tremendous number of dislikes over the likes and the comments are turned off, it's probably a targeted campaign. If you have a tremendous number of dislikes and over the likes, and then you have a tremendous amount of comments that are bringing up valid comments about the video, it's probably supporting that. That's when I'm going to immediately move along. I know from being a YouTuber since 2006, that when you have an above average dislike ratio, so my channel, and I'm perfectly fine to convey it out here, I have about a 93% positive to negative ratio. And I may have to just sit there and disclose this stuff all the time just so people get the info. And that's about average. Somewhere around 10% dislike is pretty typical. You're always going to have a few people that don't like you. You're always going to have a few people that that just like, yeah, every time he posts a video, I'm just going to click down. You're not fooling anybody. You're not changing anything, because averages, everybody gets that. I'm sorry if I'm ranting. I want to be able to look at a video and tell by the thumbs up and thumbs down whether this person has credibility or not. And I am smart enough to tell the difference. So that was my thing. Elysium cigars. Ooh, Sweet Jane by Drew Estate. I do love me some Drew Estates. I'll get into that in just a moment. I can't talk too in depth about cigars on this channel because this is my film channel and they will demonetize me. Ollie says, likes or not, I always go to the comments to see what the feedback is. You are correct. Jeremy says, for $10, thank you so much, Jeremy. I greatly appreciate the super chat. That is very thoughtful, and yeah, that's getting towards a good cigar. Actually, with all the super chats today, that's a nice cigar. I was tempted to have a cigar on here today. I might too. I don't know. We'll have to take a vote. We'll have to take a vote. If let's see here. What should we set the number to, Ollie? If I get X number of likes, then I'll enjoy a cigar on camera here. Let's see here. But thank you, Jeremy. I greatly appreciate that. Joel says, I'm not sure I even use the dislike button ever. I see no reason for, I do. I will use it. I don't use it for targeted. I don't care. I don't use it for, I don't like this guy. I don't watch their videos. I don't have a vendetta against people. I use it when someone gets it wrong, because I want them to know they got it wrong. And if they're doing it on purpose, then I want other people to know that they're wrong and doing it on purpose. If they just got it wrong, then I will thumbs down it. Well, depends on the level. If they're blatantly wrong, I thumbs down it. I throw a comment down there without question. If they're somewhat wrong, I probably just will leave a comment and use the thumbs up. But I mean, if you're going to get rid of the dislike, why have a thumbs up? What does it matter? I know why they want to do it. They want to do it because they want to gauge interaction, because they know it's a metric for them. But you got rid of 50% of it. What's the point? Elysium says, Jeremy, for the cigar fun, is the chat champ. Jeremy does win chat champ today. Let's see here. Looking forward to see the first comments that say, like if you disliked. I always put that in my videos. Like, if you don't like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. We can still be friends. I'm going to change it. I'm totally stealing it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give me a thumbs up badly. Give me a mean thumbs up. Just smash that thumbs up button so hard you just want me to know that you don't like the video. I think that's brilliant. I like it. Elysium Scott, we like you. Thank you. Circling back around, sub 10K, yes, and we also have the cigar question. Let's see. Sub 10K tech gift. Whew. Okay, I want to drill it in, because I could go all over the place and people will be like, I don't care about that. Do you want it filmmaking related, or literally anything tech? Anything tech. Ollie says, to me, the lack of likes speaks more than a lot perceived. I mean, it's true. It's true. And I think, honestly, Ollie, that that thumbs up will be used less now. And it could very well be the views versus likes, dislikes, is a new ratio that people will just play in their minds and say, oh, that's got 100,000 views, but it's only got 1,000 likes. People don't like this video. It's valid. Wow, it just changed colors again. That was weird. Like I don't know what's going on. 08 says meat ointment. Visual design film meat ointment. 08 says, would be interesting what all of you guys would answer to this Christmas gift question. So let's just take the question. Everybody gets $10K to spend on a tech gift. Could be film, could be tech. Everybody gets $10K. What would you put down there? Okay, can I spend $10K or can I only buy one thing? So since you created this challenge, you got to define it. So define it absolutely. Do I get one wish or do I get a bunch of wishes? Can I spend up to $10K with a bunch of stuff, or can I only buy one product up to $10K? Define it, and then let's let everybody answer, including me. Would be interesting. Yeah, Jeremy's like, plot twist. Because I mean, there's so many. One thing. Oh man, now it's hard. Okay, everybody, you get one tech-related item. One tech-related item. You can spend it up to $10K. What are you getting? What? And I'm going to throw on there, it has to be available for purchase now. Not something that will be shipping later on in life. I mean, it could be, you can order, as long as you can order it. You want to make me work. You are definitely making me work for it. And man, this is tough. This is, I'm sitting here trying, because I've already ordered my MacBook Pro. It would be my first, it'd be the first thing I would say. But since I've already ordered it, I can't say it. Raptor doesn't fit in there. If I were not going to Raptor, I would honestly say my the Takina 25 to 75 would probably be the first thing that I would want. But it's Super 35, and since I'm going to V-Raptor, it's not right in my wheelhouse now. Jeremy's like, can a lens set be one thing? I think if you could order as like one SKU, I think it counts. I think a lens set could count if it's like a single SKU. If B&H offers it, Link down below. No, if B&H offers it, I'm still trying to figure out B&H, by the way, so give me a little bit of time on those. If B&H offers it as like a 2-lens set, then I think that qualifies for a single purchase. So Santa kind of skates by your roof. Yeah, he number 2'd in the back of my studio here too. Fuji Cabrio 20 to 120 would be my choice. Does that fit in the 10K? I think it does, doesn't it? That is definitely a nice lens. And believe me, I did try to get my 19 to 90 in there, but it's not going to go in there. And I would like a Vista Prime, but I would have such a hard $99.99. I think it counts. I think it counts. In Texas, filmmaking stuff is tax exempt, so I think it's why is it so hard to spend money we don't have? I don't know. Because it's like winning the lottery. But you didn't win a big lottery. You won a reasonable lottery, and you're like, gosh, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? Without the servo, it fits. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is really a tough decision. Because if I was going to get multiple things, I would probably go ahead and get the new Mavic 3. But it's only $3,000 because I don't need the ProRes version. Did y'all see that they were doing comparisons now between the ProRes and the H.264 and couldn't find quality differences at all on the new Mavic 3. But I don't know. It's so tough, but I honestly, man, no, I think I found something. Because I've been wanting to upgrade my tripod for a while. So I would like, let me find it here on B&H, a new Miller tripod. But there was one, I can't for the life of me, now they're being pains in the rear, Pro Video. Yeah, a tripod has been on my list for a while, but since I have the Aero 15, and it's a great tripod, and head, that it hasn't been enough for me to dedicate money on it. I mean, the Millers are really good, and that thing just keeps on cranking. It does such a really good job. Let's see here. No. Where is my support weight? There we go. Let's get all this. I wanted it to go there. Yep, there. So that would be, no. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. I mean, I would take the Mavic 3. I wish, yeah, I would have to go with the ProRes version just so I could get the smart controller. Not that one. That's pretty nice though, but it's not tall enough. Let me undo something here. I'm getting there. Oh, too much. But I want carbon fiber. Yep. That's nice. Yes. That would work. Yes. I would like the Miller C Cynix 7 and HD 100. It's a carbon fiber tripod with mid spreader, and then it is the their Cynix fluid head, flat base 100 millimeter bolt. So that would probably get me going through probably the next 10 years of a tripod. I mean, the ultimate goal would literally be to get one of the best ones out there. Come on, it's the one I've always wanted. It's Binro. No, it's not Binro. Oh my God, it's the standard out there. Everybody uses them. Why is this so hard for me? Why am I blanking? It's now owned by Vitek. O'Connor. There we go. The O'Connor 1030 is the O'Connor would be my absolute favorite acquisition of a tripod. But I don't see myself there yet. Let's go up here. Fight More Film says, ooh, late to the party. Sounds like a fun conversation. 10K. Fujinon Cine Zoom set. Oh, that would be good. Elysium says, I think it should be the topic of your next live stream. You know, we will be doing Christmas-themed videos right after Thanksgiving. So yeah, it'll show up, and I'll have my little Christmas list thing that I like to do. Seems like I have to redeem myself. Fuji bumped the price up, so it seems that didn't work out. All he says 1200D lighting kit. A hypothetical question deserves a hypothetical answer. Yeah. Andrew is talking about the new full frame DZO Pictor zooms, the full frame ones. Yeah, those will be interesting. They'll be under 10K for two of them. O'Connor 1040 system is 8K, and you can buy Ollie a used 1030 for like $3,000. But I don't want used. I want new. Has the stream gone down? I don't think so. Just refresh and come back. Unless you're talking about the quality of the stream, and yeah, maybe me just sitting there surfing B&H is probably bringing back some low quality. Let's see here. 08 says, my choice would then be an O'Connor 1040 Flowtech. Nice. Does that fit, though? Does the 1040 and a Flowtech fit under 10K? Jeremy's like, I love my Miller head. It is the first premium fluid head I've ever purchased. I have the Aero X1, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I think it will last me. And I mean, that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and get the dog cam out, because he's moved. He knows it's live stream day, so he's now there we go. He's now on the floor. I have to make sure I don't show anything in the video. There's a box there, but now we have dog cam. We'll take that off and we'll put on DVE 2. We're going to go with the dog cam, and then we'll have in the background. There we go. So now you have the dog cam. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. What's up? You good boy? You say hi to the kid? Yeah, okay. Don't walk away. All right. Let's go ahead and hear. Jeremy says, Scott's Christmas live stream. Top once for this tech season. Just saying. Yep. I usually do a filmmaker's Christmas list, and it kind of categorize it between what to buy at your favorite filmmaker, $10, $25, $100, $1,000. I'll do a filmmakers, but I probably, because now I have the Tech Cuts channel, I probably will do a tech version of it. If you're not subscribe down below, Tech Cuts. Jeremy says, I wouldn't love an O'Connor head, just couldn't swing it. The only time I would not want an O'Connor head is when I'm doing nature. Those are no fun to lug around. They're so heavy. Float. Yeah, the float. What did we break Scott? Is Scott here? We are here, right? Are we? Oh, okay. I was starting to freak out that I was like not live streaming. 08 says, Vasali, yeah, it's a kit of Flowtech 100s in black and the 1040 head. The Flowtechs are nice. I do like those. Vasily says, yeah, sorry about that. I refreshed and got you back. Perfect. Yeah, anytime you don't see me, refresh. And if I don't come back, if you give me 3 minutes, if I'm not back in 3 minutes, then my internet probably blew up, or maybe the toilet backed up. Fight More Films, yes, I love the dog cam. He's just sitting there like a dog. That's what he does. Let me move this so you can kind of see his little nose. You can see the shark on his back. That doesn't work. If you look right there. You see, there's. It's. I would love to just keep going. I need a green screen where I can just go right over it. There's a shark. There's his tail right there, and you can see up top. There's the fin. There's the bottom fin. It's weird. He has a shark on his back. Elysium says dog cam is awesome. Well, we got to share. We got to let the boy be on here. He's such a good boy. We have this routine now that it's really awesome. In the morning, he stays in bed. He doesn't sleep in my bed. He has his bed next to my bed, but he stays next to me until I get up. So if my wife gets up in the morning and he has to go to the bathroom, then he'll ask to be let out. He goes out, he comes right back, and he lays back in bed. If my daughter has anything to say to me in the morning, she walks in, he's like, don't destroy the man. And he'll growl out. He won't bite her. He's just literally saying, stay out. It's sleepy time right now. It's kind of annoying and cute at the same time. And I always have to explain, he's not going to bite you. You know that. He's just letting you know. But then I get up, and he immediately gets up. And then he goes and drinks some water, and we do the morning routine. And then I go and I sit on the couch for about 30 to 40 minutes, just kind of lining out my day, making some notes about stuff. And he always comes up to me and sits right in front of me to get morning hugs. And he wants a solid minute of me just hugging him and petting all over him and just giving him good rubs everywhere. That is his normal routine. And then he'll go outside, comes back. We then go to the man cave. He comes straight to the man cave. He knows, man cave is the term we use out here, but it's the studio. He goes straight to the studio, and then he comes in. And then we go to lunch. We go to lunch together, and then we come right back here. I mean, it's just the same thing every day. It's the most awesome thing ever. We love Rex. Rex is a good boy. Any inside info on the Komodo? Well, what would you like to know? Komodo gossip spill. What would you like to know on Komodo? I know that time lapse is coming very soon, but not immediately. It's not imminent, but soon. I know that because I inquired yesterday. But what would you like to know about Komodo? What can I answer for you that I can answer for you? And again, anybody, feel free to ask everything. Well, I mean, what don't you know about it? I feel like I've talked about it continuously for well over a year now. I absolutely adore this camera. It is my favy. It is so good. It's so handy, so lightweight. I walk around with it like this. I loves it. I'd love me to have some time lapse on it. But give me a couple weeks, maybe. I don't know, maybe. I think Jared posted on Instagram that time lapse is coming in 2 weeks to Komodo. Yeah, that is what I was told as well. It may meet the November statement. They said it would release in November. It may do that, but it's going to be like right there. Haha, new updates, LOL. I see what you did there. Yeah, Komodo is still, it's still back ordered. They are getting faster. I wonder, let's see what B&H has. Komodo, is it, yeah, they're still not readily available. They don't even have times on theirs either. Starter pack, production pack. Yeah, they don't even have estimated shipping. So I know, from what I've been told, I think there's still 5 or 6 weeks of 5 or 6 weeks back ordered on Komodo. It may be more depending on where they are. Elysium says, haha, new updates. Yeah, okay. King says, '08 Komodo XL. Now we're talking. No, that's called Raptor. So if you want Komodo XL, it's Raptor minus the global shutter. If you want Raptor XL, that's Raptor XL. I do not believe that we will see any new Komodo for at least a year. And it would not shock me if it was 2 years before we saw an update to Komodo. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Number one, no, it's not a joke. It's serious. The number one reason that I well, the main reason would be you don't introduce something brand, unless you're Black Magic. You don't you don't introduce something new if what you're selling is backordered. It is an excellent indicator. I mean, it's not quite so excellent this day and age because we have supply chain issues, which are causing a lot of a problem too. But if you have something that is so popular that you can't buy one today, and it's a new product, then you definitely don't want to come out with a new product because why? You have demand. So enjoy the demand, enjoy what you got. It's kind of an Intel AMD kind of thing. Intel got so complacent in it though that they didn't really come out with anything new for years until an AMD comes along, and AMD's done this many times. So Komodo is a fantastic camera. It is so good today. Over a year after people were getting them, it's still a fantastic camera. There is nothing aged. It didn't get. Let's see. It's aged really well, which is exactly what you'd want. It's kind of like, I mean, the Dragon camera. The Dragon is aged excessively well. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see a Komodo 2. I'm guessing probably 2 years. But yeah. 08 says, why would they update it anyways? There is no crash cam that surprises. You're exactly right. And I mean, it is a global shutter 6K tiny camera that you can blow up. And I mean, that's literally what they're doing it. David says, hello, Scott. Just getting in. We'll watch from the beginning later. Hit like, everybody. Thank you, David. Jeremy says, do you know anything about the new Sony Cine? I do. I didn't even know it was a thing. And then I read somewhere they're announcing it something on Monday. Maybe. I know a lot about it, but I'm friendiaed on that. I'm not NDA'd directly through Sony, but I'm friendiaed on it. And there's few people that know all the details, and that would blow the friendia's NDA. It is going to be nice though, and good for Sony with it. It's cool, and there's a couple others coming too. Slowly, I don't know why they keep punting. Elysium says we have a Komodo, and it has been an amazing product. It's the truth. It is still the camera that I grab most when doing anything that matters. And I always say it that way because I grabbed the Sony A7S for something quick. But when it matters, I'm grabbing this because raw. 6K raw. And I cannot wait for it to have time lapse. I cannot wait. I can't believe Rex has not moved. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about most things. He's a dog. Let's see. Vasily says, How much better is the Komodo to say a C200 or an EVA1? Okay, so I have used EVA1. I have played with the C200, not as much. So Komodo is, it's a different class. It's a different class in multiple ways. I'm going to say them in no particular order because it's important that they are not in any particular order. Number one, it shoots raw. Yes, you could shoot EVA1 if you buy an external recorder. You could shoot raw, but this shoots it internal. It has the R3D codec. It has fantastic dynamic range. It is in a different class than an EVA1. But in that same conversation, the EVA1 and the C200 are more geared towards documentary style full on cameras. And the Komodo is geared more towards crash cam. Its design is crash cam. We all ignore that and use it as a documentary style or a regular cam. So they are in two different classes. And then I think I combined those two together. But I mean, this is better than an EVA1 and better than a C200 in some things. And the EVA1 and the C200 are better than this in other things. If you're doing documentary style, the EVA1 is a great camera. It has a lot of features and it's all in one. The C200 it's a good camera. I'm not going to say it's great. I don't like the dynamic range on the C200. I think it looks bad. I think the C200 makes a nice image. I just don't think the dynamic range is there. But it is a very nice full documentary style camera. Whereas this does not have XLR inputs. It's not really geared towards that market. The dynamic, we're going to tighten that up. The dynamic range on this is phenomenal. It's better than the EVA1. It's way better than the C200. But it is not as good as Raptor, or it's not as good as Dragon. This is only 15 stops. EVA1 is just under 14. The C200 is like 11, if I remember. So you got to weigh options. If you are only doing documentary style, the EVA1 might be okay. Might be the right choice. If you are only doing weddings, C200 might be a good choice. If you're only doing dangerous things where you don't need, onboard audio at a high level, the Komodo is there. For me, the Canon C200, I'm not a huge fan of. It produces a good image. It does some good things. It's got a lot of features, but I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. It's probably the easiest way to say that. The EVA1, I did a review on the EVA1. Coming from a GH5 to the EVA1 was a nice upgrade. EVA1 produces a better image, a little more dynamic range, well, a lot more than GH5. The GH5S, it has a little more. It had a lot of feature set. It had dual gain ISO. Ultimately, I felt it was a little clunky. But if you spend a lot of time with it and you're using it as your daily driver, I don't think you'll care about the clunkiness. The image is nice. It does produce that Panasonic visual, though. The way I always describe that is the blues are kind of cyanish. And I talk about that in my EVA1 review. This is pretty close to the Dragon sensor as far as color and how it looks, minus the dynamic range. And I absolutely adore the Dragon image. So, I mean, it varies. It just varies depending on your needs. So, how much better is it? It depends. In my choice of things, I'd probably Komodo number one, EVA one number two, and C200 number three. But again, Komodo is new. The EVA one has been out for 4 years now. The C200's been out at the same time. So I don't think they're in. Well, they're not in the same class anyway. So yeah, there you go. 08 says, yeah, if image quality is your main concern, in case of handling, I would say it is preference. Yeah. He says, I really wish there were lower compression settings on Komodo. I'm used to shooting a lot of 12 to 1, 18 to 1 for web delivery. 18 to 1? Wow. I mean, I would do 18 to 1 on slow motion. I don't think I've ever shot. Like for web delivery, I tend to go like 1080 or 1080, 1080p. I go 10 to 1 max on Dragon. Yeah, I mean, I would like an extra low compression as well. I don't disagree with you. King says, Scott, do you own any PL glass that you shoot on your reds? I do not. I am not a PL shooter. I've shot on PL lots of times and will always shoot PL whenever that's what we need to shoot on. But because of the way that I operate my individual production company and how the gear that I use, I am EF. That being said, I stated that when I go Raptor, I am going to go PL. And my first acquisition of PL glass will most likely be Sigmas, the Sigma Primes. DR Bozy, is that Dr. Bozy? Maybe? Takina Vistas, any thoughts on Raptor? Okay, so I adore the Vista Primes. I truly love the Vista 1s. The only reason that they will not be the glass that I buy first, they are actually the second glass that I would buy. The first is because they are a little more expensive than the Sigmas. So I can I'm on a very tight budget to get my Raptor and get a set of lenses. Since I'm going away from Super 35 glass and moving to full frame, I have limited budget, and I can only swing a good set, a large set of Sigma Primes and a Raptor. I cannot swing a good set of Takinas. Takinas are one of my all-time favorites. So as far as, there's the upper echelon of lenses. The Zeiss, the Ari, the Master Primes, and the Panavision. Yeah, those are way up there. That's out of Scott's world. In my world, my favorite lenses out there are the Fuji 19 to 90. It's absolutely one of my all-time favorites. The Sigma glass is just so clinic and surgical. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the Takina Vistas. And I've made no small. I've never been shy about saying that. My only reservation has always been the cost, and you got to pay to play, and well, I can't afford to pay to play, so that's why Sigmas will be first. But once my Sigmas make their money back, then I will go and get a set of Takinas. I would prefer to buy Vista 1s, but I don't know that I'll be able to. There are no more. They've sold all the sets. So, yeah. Ollie says higher compression. Sorry. Yep. Yeah. 08 says side by side, the C200 has better DR than EVA1. Does it? I don't think I noticed that. To me, the C200 clips highlights like hard, like really, really hard. And that was one of the things I did not like about it. But it could have just been me. Maybe I screwed up. It's possible. 08 says Raw C200 officially claims 15 stops max. I don't think I agree with that at all. I think the C500 and I think the C300 Mark III, the C500 Mark II, the C300 Mark III, I think both can pull off the 15 stops. The C500 Mark II, I think, definitely can. I do not believe the C200 can. But let's Google C200 dynamic range. Really? Oh, I can't spell. It changed it. I was like, yeah, they're saying approximately 13 stops. I buy that more. That's B&H Photo saying that. I buy that more than 15 stops. Carlos Quintero. I know Carlos. The C200 does not have 15 stops in dynamic range. Just the first video that came up. It's kind of funny. It's fair to say that 12 or 13 stops is nothing to sneeze at. It's still great. It wasn't my cup of tea. And I like Canon. I just didn't. Oh, and the C70 has like 16 stops or 15 or 16 stops. And I thought the image was okay on the C70. I didn't like the camera. I didn't like the body. Vasali says, interesting comparison. Thanks, guys. 08 says, I can't understand people like Corridor Digital claim that PL is from dinosaur cameras. I don't. So 08, the way I would say to that is Corridor is not wrong if you are talking about the mount. Because the reason PL is out there is to support the older cameras. It is a standard that goes back. So in that sense, they're not wrong. As far as functionality, the PL can do a lot of what the other mounts can do. Strength-wise, PL is stronger than EF, E, RF. It's definitely a positive locking. It's a better functional because you just slip the lens straight in and rotate the mount. As far as future though, I can agree though that like autofocus and that kind of stuff, you don't get that ability because PL, the standard PL is dead. It's a dumb lens or mount. There's some electronics they can pass through, but it's a dumb mount. So in a way, I don't think they're that wrong on that, but that's my opinion. King says, that's right, 08. I was debating whether to invest in LPL or PL. Seems like PL isn't going away. PL is not going to go away until the electronic functions matter to people more than what PL offers. The one thing I don't like about PL is it forces you into a giant sized lens because of the specifications of the PL mount. You ended up making a large lens. Whereas like RF, they reduced everything and they were able to make much, much smaller lenses. I like that. But I don't think RF I don't think it's a cinema mount. I don't think it's rugged. It's good. It's just not rugged. Jeremy says, I was just having a problem getting away from my C500 Mark IIs for the type of work I'm doing most often. I love to go fully red, but the feature set on the C500 is tough. Yep. The C500 Mark II makes a good image. It really does. The RAW is meh. I mean, they've got full RAW, which takes a lot of data, so you've got that. It is also, the codec is pretty clunky in NLEs, but speed of autofocus, Canon's imaging, dynamic range. It's a good camera. The C500 Mark II is a good camera. Hard to find fault with that. Ollie says, if you don't need slow-mo at all, the C300 II is better buy than the C200. Yeah, the C300 Mark II or the C300 Mark III? 13 stops is C-Log 3. Luca, hello, Luca. How are you? Hello. Jeremy says, they advertise the C70 as the same sensor as the C300 Mark III, but there's something off. The image seems a tad soft or something. The autofocus isn't as reliable, just based on my experience using it to the C500. I have not shot with the C300 Mark III, so I can't directly compare it. I have shot briefly with the C70. And I like the image. I just didn't like the body. I didn't like, it was clunky to me. It just felt weird. The C300 Mark III, to me, they come out with a C500 Mark II. They've got the C200. And then they had the C300 Mark II, and then they come out with the C300 Mark III, and I'm looking at them like, these are really, really close to each other. I don't understand why they all exist. But then again, Red will have 4 flavors of sensors for the DSMC2, and Blackmagic will have 4 flavors of sensors for theirs, so I guess I understand why it exists. I answered my own question. Way to go, Scott. Good job. To me, I think the C200, they should take the guts of the C300 Mark III, put it in a C200, and just have a C200 and a C500 Mark II. I think it'd be fine. The C70, I don't know. It's such a weird shape. It's such a weird shape. It's like it's like they went and said, you know what we need to do? We need to solve Blackmagic Pocket Camera's design flaw. Because Blackmagic camera, they have a battery problem. They need a bigger battery. So the C70 takes the Blackmagic design, clunky-sized, DSLR-sized built chassis, and then they put the extra mass for the battery on the bottom. But the problem with the Blackmagic wasn't that it was the battery that limited, well, it is, but it's their design was horrible, and thus they had only a battery in there that would work. Yeah, I don't know. I embrace the cube. I think people need to embrace the cube cams. Wow. I was just looking at the background. I was like, why is it zooming away? It's because that was a zoom away shot. We got the doggy cam there, and he keeps moving. Why do you keep moving, dog? 08 says, C70 feels cheap. No comparison to something like a 1DX. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I will put it like this. Hey, buddy. Here's my buddy. Here's my Mr. Buddy. He's my boy. Yeah, he's so happy. He's a good boy. I was just grabbing a prop, but I had to pet my dog. This, to me, is like a Canon C70. It's a It's an oblong shaped box. I only put this camera up and shoot like this. It's too thick. The C70 is too thick this way. It's like a DSLR with the drive mechanism below, which we don't even have anymore. And then so you get this tall, you get this really thick, and then you have this really wide, and you get this bulky kind of camera. It's like a cube cam, and they added on the handle, but instead of giving you the handle like this, they just build it onto the side. But that's not comfortable to hold. And when I was holding the C70 and shooting with it, I was not happy. I was not it was not where I wanted to be with a camera design. So that's why I say it was clunky. Grabbing a hold of it, if you have small hands, forget it. It's not the right feel. Felt weird. What's everyone planning on buying on Black Friday apart from hard drive? I don't think there's going to be any hard drive sales, honestly, because I don't think anybody has any hard drives. I mean, I could definitely use some hard drives, but I don't think they're going to. Remember, they're always going to be like, Amazon will be like, well, we're going to start selling on Monday instead of, well, Cyber Monday. We'll just do the whole week. Yeah, I don't know. What's everyone going to buy besides hard drives? Because hard drives is I want to buy some hard drives. I don't know. It depends. It depends on what's going to be out there. I will. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What is everybody going to be buying? What's on your Black Friday list? Jeremy says, agree. I tend to like cube cameras or bigger bodies over DSLR shape, but that's my ENG roots talking, and it's fair. It's weird to fill in the gaps. It's just weird that they fill it in. Zero says, please don't remind me, Ollie. I'm afraid of myself. Don't be afraid of yourself. Believe in yourself. You can get those Black Friday deals. You can save that money. Visual design. I don't know. Does anybody know of any Black Friday deals coming up? Usually my inbox is inundated with Black Friday stuff, and I've only seen one company email, and it's from a company I'm just not going to buy from. They don't do anything for me. Let me rephrase that. That sounded bad. The products, I don't care for how they perform. Hoping for some indie filtered discounts. That would be interesting. I wonder if I could get. I don't know of any discounts. Yeah, I was trying to think if I could get some discounts for anybody. Not on ND. If you want that scarf dust though from ReVarsity, ReVarsity.com, coupon code Scott Balcom, get that 20% off. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm sure Format High Tech will have some type of discount. My guess, they usually have some kind of Black Friday deal, and the Firecrest, if you can get Firecrest discounted, that's a good deal. Let's see, 08 says Small HD has a 703 for $750 off. Interesting. Tommy says getting way too many Best Buy Black Friday. I don't get any ads. So like since I don't live in a major city, then I don't get the ads for that stuff. Why, Jeremy? Yes, I do. I have a discount. Yeah, but I don't think does Revar have? I don't think they have Indie. I've never tested it if they do. I know they have the circular polarizer and the Rotatray. Those are good. I am going to be testing the diopters, so we'll be doing some stuff with the diopters. Let's see what they got. Linear polarizer, scarf dust. Yep. Circular polarizer. They have the variable ND. I don't have that, and I have not tested that, so I can't speak to it. But I do know that Revar makes good stuff. So there's, stop playing with Velcro. There's an inherent trust in there, but I can't specifically speak to quality on those. I mean, I don't think he's going to build junk, but I just personally have not tested it. But the diopters or something, and the Rota tray, I'm also supposed to be testing. And then also the Takina 25 to 75, that test is coming up soon. I'm supposed to get that soon to test. I only get that for like 3 days, I think, something like that. But yeah, if anybody's looking for anything from Revar, revarcity.com, use coupon code Scott Balcom that gives you 20% off. I mean, it's something for you. It's like just for you. I mean, it's literally with my name. Am I using my ATM? I am using my ATM. I am. Why do you keep moving, buddy? He'll lay on his side. Watch. If we catch him upside down, that's the best time, because he'll lay upside down and he just smiles, but then then he'll catch himself upside down. He doesn't like to be upside down. It's weird. Core will have a 25% off micro V mounts. Well, that's a good deal. I like Blue Shape. They're definitely my favorite battery out there, but they don't have any micros. So if you're in the market for micros, Core will treat you well. And 25% off. It's a heck of a deal. David says, I know I'm late for your show, but did you get your new laptop yet? Waiting for a review. I did not. I literally look every day. What I do is, this is my standard. I go out there to see if they pulled the money out of my bank. No. And then I go out to my Apple store and I am forced to update the Apple store. I go out and I log in every day and I click on my order to see if it is shifted from order in progress to fulfilling. And then the other thing that I do, and this is just to keep me sane, I think, is I go out to Apple's website and I custom configure the same computer and see if the order times keep getting boosted out. Because like right now, if you order what I ordered, it ships like January 20th or something like that. It's like January 7th to the 20th. Mine still says November 29th, and it has not updated, sadly. However, if you know Drew Geraci on YouTube, he just did a video today comparing it to his Dell Precision laptop, and he was really blown away with how much performance that MacBook Pro M1 Max has. That being said, I have been watching a lot of review videos, and I have made the same comment on every video. So if you see my comment out there, just go ahead and thumbs up it, give it a like, and reply down below so that maybe they'll see it. I want reviewers to stop reviewing things that has hardware encoders on it. And my point is, everybody keeps going, but how well will it export to ProRes? How well will it export to H.264? Stop doing that, because you're not going to get anything faster from a 24-core to a 32-core to a 16-core GPU on an M1 because it's not using it. It's using the hardware encoder. Stop using ProRes, stop using H.264, stop using H.265. I want them to choose a codec that is not based on that. So like a DNxHR. All of these can export to that. So export that. That is a great comparison between Windows and or NVIDIA and Apple, because that will force it to use the GPU solely. But that's my gripe right now. And Drew said he did do the tests. He said it was very similar, which is interesting. but he didn't put it in his review. Shame on Drew. Shame on Drew. Shame on. Well, that's hard to say. I'm not going to. Shame on Drew. Drew, put your video out there. Put your other video. But he did do a video, which was pretty cool. It was out today. 08 says, how about the VND? Does your code work? It does work on that. Anything on Revar City, 20% off everything. Your choice. Just put in the coupon code, Scott Balcom, 20% off anything in the store on Revar City, because that's how we operate around here. And Ryan's a really nice guy and was very happy to hook y'all up with a coupon code. And it is an affiliate. I get a tiny brown. You get far, far, far more than I get. Trust me. And I'm always adamant about that. Companies that want to, like, well, you get 10% and or we'll give them 10% and you get 10%. I'm like, no, make it like this. I'd rather you guys get the discount. And, well, if my dog's not going to be there, then I'm not going to there. I'd rather you get the discount because, again, I want to build a community. I like the community to support itself. I like that super chats come in. Thank you, everyone. I love the channel members. Thank you. I love it when people use my affiliate links, but I'm not here for all that. I just want it to help generate some stuff. So I won't put myself in a situation where I am making money and you gain nothing from it. That's not what happens. I mean, I guess technically an affiliate is that, but if I have the option, let me phrase it that way. Because affiliate, like Amazon, I get like 1% on anything anybody really buys. But if I had the option to coupon code an affiliate, I will always make the coupon code much, much higher than my affiliate. And believe me, it is much, much higher on the Revar than my affiliate because of that. Yeah, so who's got more questions? It is 5:30. I have been live streaming for 2 hours. It's funny. I was like, the little cha-ching sound just popped in. I was like, what is that? Someone just Venmo'd me. That was very thoughtful. So who's got questions? Who's got comments? Who's got interesting things to have? Okay. Okay. Just checking a few things. That's hilarious. Somebody doesn't like my music choice that I put on installing my Mercedes Sprinter backup camera on the thing. So I'm giving someone free instructions on how to install that backup camera, and they don't like my music. I don't even remember what music it is. Now, it would be hilarious if it was actually like one of my songs that I wrote. That would be hilarious. All right, who's got questions? If you don't have any questions or comments, then, we can just wrap up the show. But if you do like the scarf dust, that's scarf dust. Look at the way that it blooms. Let me just go pull it off real quick so you can kind of see. Just because, before it, loosey-goosey, lefty-loosey. Okay, so we're going to, so there's without, without. It's very subtle. Well, if I don't get reflections in it. Just adds a hint of texture, a hint of softness and bloom. It is nice. I do love it. It is literally now my standard look for this channel. I like the scarf dustesses. Scarf dustesses. Breakthrough. I don't think they're doing any Black Friday. Not that I have been told. But breakthrough filters are definitely one of my favorite filters out there. Again, I've said over and over again, Firecrest, I love Firecrest. Breakthrough, I love. Both of them fantastic ND filters. And they're both IRNDs. And they're both like no color cast. On the variable ND, the drop in from Breakthrough, zero color shift. That is truly amazing. I don't think they're having a Black Friday sale. They haven't told me if they are. If they are, wow, that'd be great. But I don't think they're going to either. Dylan, hello, Dylan. For documentaries and the Red Komodo, wish you could use Tachyna Vista Primes or the Zeiss CP3 XD. I know you did work for Tachyna, but curious what you think of the comparison. I'm okay with the CP3s. I don't long for their look. I'd prefer a CP2. The CP2 is a little flatter, but I think it's probably bias and or personal preference that I've seen CP2s and use CP2s so often over the years that it's kind of like, choosing an Arri Alexa. Well, we're going to use an Arri Alexa because every colorist knows how to edit the color on it. It's that comfort kind of what's the word I'm looking for? But the bias towards CP2. CP3s are okay. The weird thing about that comparison, Dylan, is it depends. Vistas make a much better image in my eyes completely over the CP3s and over the CP2s. But that being said, the Vistas are very heavy. So if you're having to like lug around a bunch of lenses, like on a backpack on a nature scout, you're going to pray for those CP3s over the Vistas. But the Vistas are much better lens in my opinion. But it is my opinion. And you should never allow what I say to be a sole deciding factor in anything that you do. You should always weigh your options and understand. I'm just one person, and you have your own opinions, and you should. So yeah, I as far as doing work for Tachyna, I've never been paid by Tachyna. They've loaned me lenses and I've done reviews on them. That's the extent of that. There was a point though where I was going to be doing editing work for them, but that didn't pan out. But that was it. So I don't have a bias for Tachyna other than I really love their lenses. I was there for the intro of the original Vistas and was blown away with the quality that came out of them. The original Vistas. And Tachyna makes beautiful glass, and quite honestly, they make a lot of other people's glass too, and have for years. So, I don't think they compare directly. I think they're the Zeiss are definitely going to be a little flatter than the Tachyna. The Tachynas are definitely more contrasty than the Zeiss. But it just depends. 08 says, sadly, Cook doesn't have a Black Friday. Could you extend that credit card out? It's like, I would like to purchase lenses on your Black Friday. What's the % off? I will buy one lens, please, from Cook. I do like Cook lenses. I think they're nice. Would I ever buy Cook lenses? I don't think I would. There was a time when I was going to. And quite honestly, it was the Vista Primes that knocked him out. I mean, the two lenses sets that I've always wanted to own were Sigma and Tachyna. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, well, and Fujinon. I want that 19 to 90. One day I will have it. Jeremy says Breakthrough probably won't have any discounts because they are back ordered. Again, yeah, you're right. Same thing. I think there's quite a long wait too, but it may have changed. So they are shipping. I think they're fairly caught up. Other than like the Cinema DFM, that is back ordered. But like the variable NDs, those have been shipping. I know the drop-in NDs are still back ordered, and I think these the 4x5s I think are still back ordered. But yeah, I mean you don't go discounting if you can't keep them in stock. Yeah. 08 says CP3s have way better mechanics than CP2s. So man, CP2s die the mechanics. Well, I mean, yes. The CP3s are definitely an evolution of mechanics. I think where they went with the optics on it, I just don't know. The CP2s, the flat is rather boring in my opinion. But again, it's like that saying, I know what to do with the CP2. I know how to make them look. So it's not hard for me to choose a CP2. They're sharp. They're good. But to me, if I'm going to look at like a Sigma versus a CP3, it's Sigma every time. Because the Sigma and the did I say CP2? CP3. Sigma versus CP3, I'm going to choose the Sigma every time because they're the same size lenses for the most part. And optically, I love what Sigma does. Vistas versus CP3s, the problem there is when you factor in size. The CP3s are much smaller than a Vista Prime, especially like the 18, the 65. Those are huge lenses. And the CP2s are unnecessarily big, but they're not that big though. Yeah, they're big for what they are. I mean, it's kind of like taking the Zines and the Rokinons. When a Zine has the exact same optics as in a Rokinon, yeah, that's unnecessarily big. When I say big, it's usually not the diameter that I'm talking about; it's the length. And the CP2s, I don't find them that big. The CP3s they're ever so slightly larger, but like the Vistas, I mean, they're huge. They are huge. Jeremy says, I've never really had the opportunity to shoot on high-end lenses like Cooke, Ari, some of the lower-end stuff like Zine, maybe one day. Just some of the lower. Curious to see what the fuss is all about. Well, so Cooke, Ari, I mean, a lot of those lenses, when you put them on, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see. What would be I would venture to say that some of the high-end lenses are as comparable of a shift. Let me phrase that properly. It's kind of like the Zeiss Otis line. The Zeiss Otis line is like it's like a cheap Master Prime. The optic quality is so good, and when you put an Otis on your camera, you're like, oh my God, that is impressive. It's to me, and I'm talking about how sharp the image is. It's kind of like, to me, going from almost any budget lens and putting a Sigma on. When you put a Sigma on, you're like, oh my God, that's really sharp. Yeah, that's my comparison. King says, better comparison, Vistas to be the Zeiss Supreme Prime. I know there are different price categories. I don't know if it's a fair comparison. That being said, I don't know that always works in favor of the more expensive one either. So the Supremes are a beautiful lens, but not all of the Supremes have that beautiful quality. It's weird. Some of their focal lengths are a little bit different. I don't know how to characterize it. I would shoot on Supremes. I would shoot on Supremes almost every day. I would shoot on Takena's Vistas every day. Not almost every day, but every day. But the Supremes in some ways outshine the Vistas, and in some ways the Vistas outshine the Supremes. And I'm talking about the different focal lengths. And I would love to get, maybe I can find someone local with a set and someone with Vistas and do a straight-on comparison, because there's something to the Supremes, and it's not just the cost. There is something quality about the Supremes themselves that are quite nice. Yeah. But we're really getting like subjective here, because we're getting, when I look at a lens, there's a character set that I look at. And then there's a quality of the image that I look at. Like, for instance, a Lights, a Summicron or a Summilux. When you compare those to a Canon cinema, it's day and night. It's so unbelievably apparent. Same thing with like a Panavision lens. When you're looking at movies and you're trying to discern what lenses they're using, you can discern if they're using a high quality lens, or if they're using medium of the road lens. But the difference between the medium to high is closer than the low to medium. And there's probably a lot more grades in there. It's like Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso was shot on Vista Primes. Ted Lasso is beautiful, but it's not a show that was meant to show off a Vista Prime either. It just has a beautiful professional optics look. But like, if you look at Interstellar, well, that's anamorphic. It's not fair. I don't know. Throw some examples down there. I mean, there are times when you can clearly see the quality of a lens in there. Usually it's those long shots, like 135 millimeters. That's when you're like, oh, that's such a gorgeous lens. When their face is just crystal sharp and the background has got beautiful bokeh. Yeah. Let's see here. Tariq says, I think they're not much different than Canon or Sony lenses. I prefer a Canon 24-70 or the Agenu. I've not shot with the Agenu 24-290, so I can't compare on that. I can tell you I find the Canon 24-70 to be boring. I use it a lot, but I find it to be very uninspiring of a lens. It's on this camera right now, and it typically lives there a lot. because it's very useful for full frame and the focal length. But I find it really boring. I love the Sigmas over that, but Sigma's 24-70 is boring. And there is something to that, and that came from Ryan Avery from Revar and Takina, who explained to me why they're boring. And they're boring because to shift from a wide angle to a telephoto is actually very hard. It's very, very complicated mechanisms, and you lose stuff in the process, and that's what makes them boring. 08 says Panavision is an experience. Yeah. Most of their stuff is used to death unless you are Tarantino. They aren't that nice, but C lenses are my favorite of all. Yeah. I mean, there's a huge selection of Panavisions too. Tariq says, for sure, Panavision C, G, and E series anamorphic lenses are very sharp, but are spherical. And I have not used Panavisions often, not much at all. I would love to get on some more projects where I get to. I know a lot of my friends and peers, and well, I guess they're not peers if they're using them and I'm not. They get to use them more than me. So I would love to get to use Panavision more. But yeah, budgets. Ollie says, I'm off, bud. Early call tomorrow. Have a great weekend. See you, Ollie. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a good restful night. Don't be thinking about that $10,000 to spend on your tech gift. Who's not sleeping tonight? Yeah. Zero says, wouldn't say that the C series are particularly sharp. My biggest issue with them is the stupid front diameters. In addition to the lenses, you need to rent their clamp. Yeah, this is true. Tariq says, it's all about what you combine with. I like Canon lenses on Panasonic Lumix or Red Epic, but not on a Sony. I mean, that's probably fair. It's been a while since I've had a 24-70 on a Canon. On my Sonys and on my Reds, I can tell you that the 24-70 from Canon is boring. Tommy's asking, did you smoke your set or throw a haze filter on your lens? Lots of blooming from your Edison bulbs. That's right, Tommy. That is the Revar Cine scarf dust filter, which is on there right now. It is causing this lovely blooming right here, and also the nice effect through here. But notice the clarity on my face. It's still a great. So Revar Cine scarf dust. It's relatively inexpensive. What are they priced at? Let's go look that up right now. Revar Cine scarf dust. I think they're really. There it is, scarf dust, and the price is. $249. So a scarf dust is $250. But Tommy, if you use coupon code Scott Balcom, you get 20% off, which makes it $200. I mean, that becomes an instant favorite. Number one at $250, it's a good price for a good light diffusion filter, and it just plays better to me than like a Black Pro Mist. And I have a filter video coming out, not real soon, but soon. It is you'll see the difference. But this is a 4x5 is the only option that they have for the scarf dust. Jeremy says, Tariq, I agree that the lens camera combo matters. Yep, everything has a flavor. Lens has a flavor. Camera has a flavor. Codec has a flavor. The filters have a flavor. Lighting has a flavor. Everything has a flavor. I love it when Scott goes into presenter mode. Are you talking about when I pull up my Revar Cine? I just literally have it right here, and it was funny. Tommy, yep, 4x5s, yep. Tariq says, I pulled focus on mini lenses, and I think the process is also an important element. Yeah, yeah. Send me a link after your stream. I will send you a link right now, buddy. Right now. I will send it in the stream. Why? Because I care. Right there. And use coupon code Scott. I can't even spell my own name today. There you go. And I will put that down there in the comment section down below. 08 says, I prefer the Sigmas over Zeiss 2 because they aren't that cool in color. That's a good point. I didn't touch on that. Didn't really clue in on that until you actually said it, which is like, yeah, it's very astute. Yes, they are cool. Own the high-speed zooms, and Sigmas are cheaper than Zeiss. Yes, and I mean, it's why I'm buying the Sigmas first. Then I will be buying my Vistas. I want to get Vista 1s. Tariq, Interstellar, I think, is visually non-feeding. Oh, well, yeah. No, I get you there. On the skin tones are very brownish and blacks are high contrast. Yes. I think it's visually feeding, but you're right. They put a lot of makeup on the actors, and they also, I mean, every time you see, what's his name? All right. Every time you see him, they have him so glossed up with oil so that he shines. And I mean, just like, really? Is that so important? I felt it was a little odd, but I guess they just wanted to make it feel that way. What are you looking at, dog? You're just like staring. Also today, I'm pretty sure DHL sucks. For the third day in a row, they haven't delivered. Let's see here. Tariq says, mainly because the lab printer numbers on the Kodak 5219, which is a very unstable film, unlike Kodak EXR or Vision series. They had a lot of makeup on them. They were very orange. That's the only way I can see it. Oh man, this stream is really visually feeding. Tommy's like, thumbs up. Yep, prime or zoom. No, I'm doing primes on the Sigmas. I can't do zooms because they don't make full, well, they make one, but it's at 25 to 35. Why? Matthew McConaughey something. Yes, that guy. Tommy says, what do you think of the cinematography of Foundation? My comment would be to phrase Tariq, not visually feeding. I don't find it beautiful. I find some of it, and if anybody wants to see red, like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar, check out the last episode of Foundation. I don't find it... I say it works with the story. I don't find it beautiful. I don't find it impressive. I don't find it like speaking on its own. Like, for instance, if you watch The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, everything about that movie speaks volumes about beauty. The lens choice, the film choice, the grading at the end, the coloring, everything about it just speaks volumes. And I just didn't. I don't know. Tariq says, I agree. It looks like it's filmed on TV-style CCD cameras with poppy. Tommy's like, I disagree, at least on the Tenemus set. Yeah, I don't know, Tommy. I mean, everyone's got a flavor. Everyone has a style that they like. People have everything that they what they prefer and not. So I get it, and we're both entitled to what we like. I just didn't find it. Same thing with the other show on Apple TV, which, by the way, Invasion. I'm losing interest in it quickly. And also the freaking alien thing creeps me out. I am not it. I may not watch it just for that. It's not spoiler alert because it's called Invasion, so you know that there's gonna be an alien invasion. But yeah. Tariq says popping colors, but wardrobe and production design weak. Yeah. Tommy's like, I will agree the production design isn't great. Yeah, I'm sure they have budgets to keep in mind. All right. Let's see here. Let me check where the wife is, because that gives us the timing. Yeah, we still got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time. Tariq says, just TV stuff with lots of close-ups to hide the weak VFX. Yeah, I mean, for a VFX movie, I think it's okay. I definitely like, my nose going crazy. I definitely like Foundation more than I like Invasion. I see almost nothing redeeming on Invasion now, especially after that alien. Ugh, just freaks me out. Let's see here. That's how I felt about Eternals. Now, don't you spoil it for anybody. Yeah, wow, it's so interesting. I want to try something here. I want to boost up my my speed, because we haven't dropped hardly any frames today, and we were dropping them like crazy. I'm doubling my bit rate. So let's see what happens. All right. So far, solid. Oh, drop some frames. Drop frames. Back to solid. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So I had it visually feeding properly. There we go. And for those of you who didn't vote, you should go out there and vote on the community tab on the YouTube on the t-shirt design. So far, without question, I believe it's I think it's unanimous that everybody likes the last shutter t-shirt concept, which is pretty good. The harder they all, I guess, the harder they fall, perhaps. So, who's got last comments, questions, thoughts, provocations? Got lots of thumbs up this time. Tariq says, your mustache is guilty of itching your nose. It's not my mustache. It's actually the nose hairs inside. You've seen those nose hair trimmers that were like a rod and the blades go around. I can't find ours. We had one. I can't find it. And that's literally what I would, if I did that, then I wouldn't have the nose. It's literally from me talking so much that my internal nose hairs are going. That'll be a gift someday. But I mean, that's literally what my nose hairs are doing to my nose. Is like, oh, you're talking? Oh, really, Rex? He thinks we're going in now. Let's see here. Tariq's and nostril hairs. Yep. Tommy, it's a Texas thing. Nose hairs grew quickly in the fall. Is it? I thought it was an age thing. I just know that as people get older, their ears continue to grow, their nose continues to grow, their ear hair tends to grow, and their nose hair gets to grow. Boy, Rex is like, "Are we going in, Daddy? What are you doing, buddy? Come here. Come here. Hi, buddy." Not yet, buddy. Really soon. I know, buddy. You want to get up here? You get up here? Jump up here. He's like, "I don't jump on you." You know I don't jump on you. He's a good boy. Good boy. Woo. One day I'll get a video of him wiggling his butt. He has this wiggle butt thing where he just kind of goes really, really fat. No, not right now. Give me a few minutes. He wiggles his butt really fast, and it's the most hilarious thing. And we don't know why. We don't know why he does that, but that's his way of letting us know that that's what he wants. You remind me of the socialist philosopher. David says, X-Files, great feeding and cinematography. I do like X-Files. I'm great story feeding, visual feeding. Everything about X-Files is great. Tariq says, no, it's an Eastern thing. Eastern men grow hairs quickly. I'm not Eastern, though. I was literally just talking with Tommy the other day. I am German, Swedish, English, French, something else. And then I'm also, what's the Indian? There's an Indian tribe. Let me see if I can find it. My 8th or 7th great grandmother was the daughter of the Indian tribe. I'm gonna find it. They apparently still exist. So I'm Native American. Not a lot. It's pretty small. But I think it's cool. I like that. Where is it? Can't believe I'm not going to be able to find it. Let's see. Eastern Texas. I'm actually Middle Eastern Texas. I'm towards the middle, towards the east. Okay, so it was the Nansemond Indians, Nansemond Indians. And I guess they're in Virginia, I think is where they are. Nansemond. But my 7th or 8th great grandmother, was daughter to the chief of that. So there you go. There's your what is Scott. So aren't you like a prince? No, I am not a prince. I'm not. I could trace my roots back to Indian roots, but I guess it was never saved along, or not saved, but like it wasn't claimed along the way. So I don't have a legitimate, I am certified or anything like that, but I am. So yeah. Tariq says, I'm Anatolian, Bulgarian, and Iranian, but I feel very Scandinavian. I have something else. Yeah, well, I lost it. I am a mutt of society. I have a little bit of everything in my background. But the most thing that I am is Swedish. I'm 1/4 Swedish. Everything else takes a backseat. Like my Indian is like 1/5/12, something like that. It's not a lot. Maybe 1/256th. I don't know. I guess it can't be. It has to be a 5/12. Tariq says, my roots trace back to the Sitting Bull 2,000 years ago and the leapy. Interesting. Leap. Oh, the leaping monkey. I mean, technically, don't we all? I mean, kind of there. But that was always, and I'll leave you with this thought. Um, and it's one. I don't think there's an answer to it. I don't think I don't think there's a right or a wrong to it. But it was one of those that always had me thinking. That I was like, well, that's an interesting point. If we originated from primates, then why are there still primates? If we originated from chimpanzees or whichever primate you want to say, why are there still chimpanzees? Why didn't they evolve into us? Why did they stay exactly the same? And it's a good question, not to answer, but just to get you thinking that, people say things, oh, you're this or you're that, or you came from this or you came from that, or you didn't come from this or you didn't come from that. And it just, everything has a question. Keep questioning. I love it. Gerald Undone might be your son. That rhymes. Beard shaved. You look like him and he looks like you with beards added. I don't know. One day I'm going to get to meet Gerald. Talked to him a couple times, but yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to meet him yet. I don't think we look alike, but he is tall. He could be. You never know. All right. Last thoughts. Last conversation. Last chance to give a thumbs up out there. What's your thing? Rex, quit licking. You are the handsome. He is the funny. Wow, I thought I was funny. I don't think I'm handsome. I think I'd rather be funny. Dylan's like, thanks, always enjoyable. Yep, it's so yeah, I think it's a good chance to wow. Oh. It's a good chance to wrap this up. As always, thank you all for joining. Thank you all my channel members for being a part of everything and constantly helping make this community great. And thank you, Clayton Burns, for being an associate producer on the memberships. Always appreciate each and every one of you in the ways that you support me, sometimes just making me laugh. I like that. So as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Bye.